Hey, Maui, you ready? Come on. Kennel. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so you see she runs in there, she lays down, I give her a cookie. Now this is the same kind of stuff, but we're just another step further, kind of. So I'm going to close the door and open the door, and there she's staying in there nice, so she gets a cookie. Close the door and open the door, make the noise with the handle and stuff like that. And meanwhile, just feed her breakfast while she gets kind of used to being in there. See, now she jumps up because she doesn't want that door closed. Wait for her to lay down. Good dog. I'll close the door. She needs to lay down and keep her feet inside. She's a little nervous about the door closing because she doesn't want to lose out. And I'm just going to keep closing the door and opening the door. And see, now she stays in there with the door while the door is closing. But she definitely gets amped a little bit every time you start screwing around with the door. And we'll do that handle thing again. See, she just lays in here. The whole thing is positive reinforcement with the food. So she's relating this now to, oh, I get food when I go in there and lay down, instead of just, oh crap, I'm going to go in my kennel now. So that's the whole point to this. And so to follow through at being home, I would do her meals this way and just, yeah, it takes time for you guys, but that's what dogs do. They take time. So I would do her meals like this, and it's going to take patience from you guys because you can't be in a big fat rush. And if she doesn't cooperate, which she might not for you guys right away because she's used to you guys maybe not holding her to the same rules that I do. See, she started with me, and I initially never gave in. And now she knows that you give in. So she might toy with you a little more. But if we have a little training session together, which I'm hoping we will at the shop, I'm going to show you guys how to just wait it out and have her offer up the right behavior instead of just kind of, and I'm not saying you yell at her, but instead of, yelling at her to sit down and be quiet kind of thing. And I'm not saying you do that, but, just people in general try and power through it, and that's not how it's going to happen. It's going to happen because she makes a good decision. I mean, you're going to direct her by giving her some guidance like kennel or down. But if she doesn't do it right away, saying it more times and forcing her to do it isn't going to make it happen. Her choosing to do it once you've asked her to, and then you reinforcing it with food and doing that over and over. So now she jumped up. She's like, hey, wait a minute. Okay, good girl. Hey, you're fine. Good girl. I know. See, it makes you nervous a little bit, doesn't it? Good girl. Now I'm going to make her just kind of sit and wait a little bit because that reinforces she doesn't get something every 2 seconds. And now she kind of offers up a more relaxed. Now she's getting out, so I'm not going to do anything. She has to go back in without me really saying anything. She's going to go back in and she's going to lay down. And then she gets paid for it. She's really hyper, so the more, pardon me, the more calm you can be around her, the less amped up she's going to get. So even if you're annoyed because you're in a hurry and you need to just hurry this whole thing, if you need to just hurry that whole thing, then you need to just put some food in her dish, give it to her, and be done. Don't try and force this process. Then just skip the process and give her food. But if you guys want her to learn manners and to progress, then you're gonna have to make time to show her how to be a good dog, let her choose to be a good dog, and then reinforce it for her by food and by praise. Lay down. Good girl. And as you know, with hunting dogs or any dog, they can know all kinds of stuff, but if their people don't follow through, then, they're going to know the rules, but not, no, go and lay down, good girl. They're going to know the rules, but nobody's holding them to them, so they're just going to put that in their back pocket and get away with whatever they can get away with. Dogs and people are not the same, but kids are a little bit the same, right? They know right from wrong, but they still choose to do things wrong sometimes because it's more fun, or they get to, don't knock the camera down. So if they can get away with it, they're gonna. Good girl. Good girl. And you'll notice I'm not, other than a little praise here and there, or a little direction, it's really a big deal to not do the say her name 100 times and tell her, down, down, down. Don't do all that. She hears you, so you're going to tell her, Maui, down, and then you're going to wait it out until she does it, and that might be 15 seconds, it might be 20 seconds, but you're going to just sit still, and once she then offers it up, then she gets praise. And I'll show you that in a minute on a different video with her excitement of jumping around and being a freak a little bit, and how I deal with that. And then, well, we'll talk about that when I'm doing that one. So this is her getting her meal, and you know how excited she gets for her food, and she just could turn inside out. But she's laying here being calm for every last little piece. So she's working for her food, which is wonderful for a dog. See, and then that closes the door, and she's like, oh wait, if I lay down, I get another piece of food. Good girl. Good dog. What a good girl. What a good girl you are. What a good girl you are. And I'm just feeding her through the side instead of the front, because otherwise she kind of, so that's another thing to show you. So when you're doing the front and you're going to feed her through there, don't let her dive out of the kennel. She has to be laying down. As soon as, see how she got up a little bit, and I didn't give her the food. I made her lay back down before she got it. Or I let her choose to lay back down before she got it. That's more important. Good girl. If she's up, oh, see how quick she goes down? Good girl. Now see how she kind of bites at my hand to get the food just because she's so excited? Put your hand in fist first, and she won't bite your hand, and then you can turn around and give it to her. Otherwise, she kind of leaps at the food a little bit. And one, she bites your fingers. Two, she starts to eke her way out of the kennel, and you don't want her to do that, because if she ekes her way out of the kennel, she's winning. I mean, she's not doing it right. And so don't praise that by giving her food. Once in a while, she's going to get up, and you're going to, oops, I already gave her food for, while she was getting up. But if she goes to get up like that, wait till she's down, and then give her the food. Don't give her the food while she's up, because that's praising her getting up. So your timing is pretty important. But if you're patient and you wait and let her choose, there's no reason that you can't do this. Oh, it's right here, Mom. If you can find it. There's no reason that it doesn't need to be super quick, so you don't have to, oh shoot, I missed the moment. If she's being calm enough, you won't miss the moment. Just try your best to do it appropriately, so you're praising her for what she's doing, not praising her for what she did a few seconds ago, because a dog is very in the moment, and if you miss your moment and you praise her like right now as she's up, then she's going to think, oh, I get praised for getting up, which is exactly the opposite of what we're doing here. I mean, we're praising her for laying down. I know, good girl. So when she does that, she gets food. And then I'm going to let her go because there's no more food here. So it's all about praising them for what they're doing, right? Okay, Maui. And not praising them or giving them any attention for what they're doing wrong.